Welcome to the making of a DM. The decision that will kill you. It kills dreams and goals all over planet Earth. But after today, my friend, you're going to be able to look decision in the eyes in a way different way. So with that said, let's get started.
I'm more Kevin's I'm more Kevin's I'm here to help and teach him what I know and how I did it. To discover freedom, there ain't no question. More Kevin's when he step in the door. He's closing deals. Time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker. But I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker.
Hey there, it's your boy Mark Evans, DM. Hope you're having an amazing day today. I know over here in DM world, I'm in Parkland, Florida. It's about 90 degrees out. Sun is shining. The kids and the wife are by the pool while I'm talking to you, and I'm excited to be here. We just got back. Actually, Mark got done doing Taekwondo. We were over there for a couple hours as today was testing day. If you guys follow me on social media, at Mark Evans DM, anywhere, you would have seen us post about it as he broke the boards 2 different times to get his green and yellow striped belt, which he's all excited because green's his favorite color. But as I'm sitting here to you today, I want to talk to you about some serious stuff and some fun stuff, but more importantly, things that will help you create that life that you want. And it is very cool to be at this game of life that we're in. Real quick before I get started, as I always do, I want to say thank you guys so much for leaving 5-star reviews over on the platform that you utilize. If it's Apple and iTunes, if it's on Amazon, if you've bought a book, The Magician vs. Mule, or The Me Economy, or The 10-Minute Business Owner, etc. Thank you guys so much. I have a big announcement coming up soon for Cleveland, Ohio, for a big birthday bash at the end of June. So make sure your calendar's clear. I am going to, that will sell out. We will raise hundreds of thousands of dollars for charity. And I'm very, very honored and excited for that. Huge financial commitments, a lot of time commitment to do a big event like that. But it will be very amazing for everyone that participates. So if you want to be put on a hot list for that, make sure if you get over to social and shoot me a quick message, birthday bash, I'm in. And then what we'll do is we'll get you on the email list and keep you posted and give you guys a head start because I'm guessing it's going to sell out fairly quickly as it has in the past many times. So if the show's been meaningful to you, I would like to ask you for some help. I'd like to ask you to share it on social media. Let people know what you're listening to. Share it, with your buddy or your friend or your spouse or whoever to connect with them and let them know, hey, man, this is a great show. Check out this episode or all of it, whatever. It's always neat to see people binge listening to the making of a DM. The messages I get and the responses are absolutely epic and in the most amazing way. So thank you guys so much for everyone that shared it. It's always neat to hear, hey, Steve's friend John gave it to Nancy and Nancy's told me to listen to it. And holy cow, I can't believe this even existed. So that's why we always talk about sharing it because it gets pushed up in the algorithms when people are searching the making of a DM and leaving 5-star reviews. And then it allows people to discover the show. So thank you guys so much for doing that if you're one of them. And if you're not, step your game up. So before I get into it as well, I just want to let you guys know how much I love my job. As you know, I have a $50,000 a year mastermind group, and we opened up last month, the 1K a month mastermind group, and it's been closed right now since March 3rd, but we will be opening up here probably in a month and a half, potentially. We're still not sure yet, where we can just make sure we get everyone massive results. And if you're watching anybody that follows or participating in the $1,000 a month mastermind group, you're going to see massive growth, which is really cool to see. But it's interesting to me as people sit here and talk, and I know depending on the level of wealth you're at or where you're chasing to, I know from my experience, we're not necessarily materialistic. Successful and wealthy people that I know, including myself, is I like nice things. I don't know why you wouldn't like nice things, but I don't get motivated just by having nice things. You can take it all away. It's not going to change my happiness. It's going to, what's interesting about that conversation is like, I know what's available, right? So there's a lot of opportunities out there. And one of my buddies recently in the 50K group, actually a lot of guys in the 50K group and guys in that group and 1K group as well, they're buying, the Rolls Royces they've dreamed of. They're buying the Ferraris, the Lamborghinis, the mansions, the jets, and all this stuff. And it's so exciting to see. And they share this with me one-on-one in private. And I'm like, yo, man, just post this stuff. And he's like, dude, like, I don't want to feel like I'm bragging. I don't want to feel like I'm showing off. I just don't feel comfortable doing that and this and that. And keep in mind, these are all guys in their 40s now, most of them. And I have to explain to them, and we conversate about that is, dude, like, if you don't share your wins of what winning looks like and how hard you've worked to get there, how would anybody from outside looking in? Because again, we all want eyeballs and ears for our businesses to grow. That's why we're in marketing and business. But if you don't share it, how are people going to know what it looks like? And I think it's just shifting your perspective on there's douchey ways to share, obviously. But if you're like, this is a dream of mine or a goal of mine, I've never had anybody doing more than me saying, dude, you're full of shit. You rented the car. You're a loser. Who'd you scam? Who'd you rip off? Whatever they say, losers say, right? It's just what they do because they're pissed off because they're not winning. But when he posted in the 50K group 2 days ago, literally everyone, 100% of the people reached out and said, dude, that's amazing. Congratulations. He even felt weird sharing it in a group that everyone's paying 50 grand to be in, right? And there's nothing, I don't know why we've lied to ourselves or the story we've created to think that having something nice is showing off. If you put context to it, again, like all my buddies, like they're not show off guys. They're fucking show up and get the work done guys, right? Like my boy Alan, like he just shows up. That's his brand, right? And it's so powerful to see people move out of their way. And what's cool about this guy in particular, I actually let him borrow my rolls when he got married, I think 6 years ago, something like that. And a couple of days ago, he was able to buy a rolls. But the story gets a little bit better. When he bought the rolls, again, everyone's, oh my God. First of all, it's scary as hell. If you've never bought like something very expensive, very uncomfortable, like the rolls, $400,000, you're like pissing your pants. You're like, dude, this is stupid. This is reckless. I'm going to lose everything. What am I thinking? Like all these stories go through your head, and it has the Starlight sun, top, in the car inside the roof. And he has a little daughter, a little 2-year-old daughter, and she got in there and she loved it. Dad, stars, dad, stars. And as he's driving home, he's thinking about how appreciative he is as he has a tear in his eye, like literally. And he's like, dude, his children is watching him. His wife's watching him in the dungeon, working hard, doing his thing, building this company, getting punched in the face, kicked in the balls every single day. And today, that day when he was able to get that car, it was like, wow, that's what I do this for. Keep in mind, he has lots of employees, lots of risk, lots of stress, lots of going on. But this guy's been at it for 20 years. Don't you think, I've never understood people that hate, because I don't hate people for having nice stuff. I don't understand it. You know what I hate? I hate incompetence. I hate stupidity. I hate people that don't think for themselves. That's what I truly hate. But I would never hate on someone that's excelling. I would never hate on someone that's pushing the limits. I would never hate on someone that has a big dream or big goals. It's very unproductive and not conducive to your objectives if you're trying to grow to hate on people. Like for moving forward, if you do kind of even have resentment or hate on any of this, I want you to just start getting around wealth. You don't just go on realtor.com and type in Hamptons, New York. Type in Palm Beach, Florida. And on that drop-down menu, go, on the search thing, drop down and go from highest price to lowest price. And just scan the first 2 pages. Understand how much wealth is out there. Because you're in a tiny little town or a big town, it doesn't matter. You're stuck in your town, in your brain, and you got to start expanding your palette. understanding what is available in this beautiful world we live in. I know a lot of people hear all the negativity and all the bad stuff and inflation and this and all that. It is what it is. It's an uncontrollable piece that we can't control. I can control what I put in my mind, just like my mouth. If I'm trying to lose weight, I'm going to put in less food. If I'm trying to gain more knowledge, financial knowledge, I'm going to put more financial knowledge through my brain, either through a podcast or book. But I want you to get inspired. Find something materialistic that you can actually see. Maybe it's a bank account. Maybe it's a big check on your wall with a number on it that you want to. Fuck what I want. Fuck what mommy, daddy wants. Fuck what grandma, grandpa wants. Fuck what anybody wants. What do you want? I don't give two shits if you care about if my Rolls is flashy or not, or my Ferraris or the big houses or what, flying private. I literally don't put a nanosecond of thought into it. But I do know a lot of people do. See, the thing is where I'm at today is literally just a stepping stone to where I'm going. If you think this house is big, wait until you see the next one 5 years from now. Trust me and my wife, this is our biggest argument. She doesn't want bigger houses. She doesn't want to deal with it. I like bigger houses. Why? One, I like them. I think about them. I dream about them. I plot about them, right? They're goals of mine. And I just like to create. I like to evolve, not just in my brain, but in reality. See, I don't settle. She just said that to me today. She's like, Mark, you never settle. It's like, define settling. I'm content, but I'm not settled. There's so much more we can do. I'm so young on the grand scheme of things, right? But I just want you to know, like, find that thing that drives you. If I didn't want a Rolls Royce, if I didn't want the big houses, I genuinely don't think I would be here. Why? Because I would have quit a long time ago. I would have quit a whole long time ago when I'm getting sued, when people are stealing from me, when my business is about to go, when I'm about to personally go bankrupt twice at the beginning. Like, I would have quit. But then you look at it and you're like, dude, if I fucking quit, I can't get the cool cars. I can't get the big houses. I can't have the beautiful wife. I can't have the amazing life with the kids. I can't quit. I genuinely don't quit. I can't. So for me, it was a car. Initially, I had the Rolls at 30. I had the mansion and Rolls both at 30, right? 12 years in the game before I ever bought a huge car purchase. 12 years in the game before I ever bought the big house. I had the nice condos. I had nice cars, but I'd never had the Phantom. I mean, we're talking a $400,000 car at 30 years old. Get around and just see what drives you, what gets you excited. What's funny about materialistic things is when you get it, you realize, that's it. Okay, next, on to the next thing. And it's not like I'm like, I just want to, it just creates what you're capable of. Okay. So got a little long-winded on that, but it's very important that you guys start doing that. Like, I get excited seeing like the creativity of these houses online. Like I said, go to Palm Beach, you'll see $100 million house. Yes, people live in a $100 million house. What you may not know is that if anybody owns a $100 million house on Palm Beach, they typically own 3 to 5 houses all over the world in that same price point. So picture, you have one house at $100 million and you have 3 other houses at $100 million. You might have $400 or $500 million in your own personal residence houses. That's like $5 million, $10 million a year just in property taxes, just FYI. Maybe more, depending what markets they're in. So it forces you to think bigger. And when you meet the people, you're like, they're no different than me. They have the same 24 hours a day I have. All they're doing is working on bigger things, bigger problems, bigger opportunities, and they're training themselves to grow and evolve. And I respect that. Like, I see the houses these people build and come up with. I'm like, man, that's amazing. I would have never thought. You know what I mean? Just like carpet. You know, the old Mark was like, dude, I want cheap carpet because it's going to get ruined. I don't care about carpet. Now, every carpet in my house, my wife's the opposite. She loves very nice carpet, and we spend a shit ton, like 6 figures on carpet in the houses, right? So it's all relative. It's all what gets you excited, what do you appreciate and care about? And there's no right or wrong to this. Well, I guess there is wrong, judging it and not growing from it. Like, you can grow. And you're growing if you know it or not. How do I know? Were you in the same house you were when you moved out of your mom and dad's house? Are you driving the same car? A lot of people are growing without consciousness. They're just growing. And, who are you growing against? Who are you growing with? What are you growing for? So again, I digress on that because I'm just honored as I get to hang out with amazing people that everyone online's like, dude, you're douchey, or, oh man, you think you know everything, or you're so materialistic. And what's funny is if they only understood the agony that they've given themselves to ever share what they shared, they would never say that. And what's cool about it, truth is, most people that share, they're never getting that negative thought that they thought they'd get. Actually, you're inspiring your friends, your colleagues, and such. So don't be afraid to share. Share the truth. The truth will always prevail. So I want to talk to you about a decision that will kill you. This decision will eat your dreams away, crush your goals, destroy futures, and just suck the life out of you. I mean, this is true. We all know it's true. But yet I see so many amazing people that make this decision and they just can't get out of their own way. And the decision is simple. It's called indecision. When you get stuck in the middle of something and you can't make a decision, a lot of problems happen. You start doubting yourself. You start creating massive anxiety. You start getting overwhelmed. You start getting frustrated at life. You start getting foggy. You start overanalyzing. You get, again, the anxious feeling alone. Anytime I feel ultra anxious, it's when I'm undecided on things. Like I get caught up, like, I'll get on that tomorrow. Or I'm not sure yet. Let me think about it. Well, if you're thinking about it and you open that door up too many times, what happens is it could really, really weigh you down. And I've seen it crush many people. I've seen people literally go back to work because they don't understand making a decision is very important. Why are most people afraid of it? Well, the simple answer is they're afraid to make the wrong decision. The worst decision, again, you could ever make is indecision. I guarantee you this 100%. You're going to make wrong decisions. You have already. Has it killed you? It stings. It hurts. It sucks. But you always learn from it. You learn what to do and what not to do through your decision process. But for some odd reason, as we get older, we've programmed ourselves to protect our ego, protect our winning streak. Recently, I lost some money with a guy that sold a company for $1 billion+. I bought into this NFT project, and it was a rug pull. And I lost a decent amount of money simply because I made a decision, and the guy, I always bet on the jockey, by the way, and it just didn't work out. Now, you can't cry over spilled milk. I didn't say F him, he's a scam, it's a ripoff, blah, 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 blah. I'm a big boy. I made a fucking decision, and I learned from it. What did I learn? Well, probably stay in my lane. I learned this decision. I learned this lesson all the time. Understand that if it's a guy that's new to the NFT space, I don't care if they're a billion or trillionaire or whatever, know that this is new to them. And I think in business and in life, we take for granted. I have 26 years in the business game, so making money in business is fairly easy to me, but creating an NFT is not. It's different. It's new. It's technology, and it's stuff I don't understand 100% yet, but I will, because I've invested in a bunch of NFTs. Some of them done really well. Some have done really bad. So now I've made these decisions, and I ask myself, what made one work and the other one not? Who was on the team? Who wasn't on the team? What was the product about, or this project about, etc.? So for me, you making a decision, like when I share the 1K group, make a decision and move forward. Say yes or no. Maybe in 3 weeks I'll do that. Like, why do that to yourself? When you can get better at making a decision very quickly. By the way, this is one of me and my wife's conversations often. I make fast decisions all the time. I've trained myself. And again, like I said, it's not always pretty and it doesn't always work out. But you know what? It oftentimes works out, and it works out really well a lot of times as well. So I'm more afraid of not making a decision than I am of making the wrong decision. It reminds me of how I grew up as a kid. I love, like, it was cool how I grew up in a small town and all that, I guess. For a minute, well, shit, it's got to be cool because there's nothing I can do about it now, right? But what I did learn from it, took a lot of great things from it, is, and this is not negative, this is just reality. I would look around and I saw a lot of people keep in mind, a lot of people make a lot of bad decisions, drinking every night, smoking weed, smoking cigarettes, overeating. I'm guilty of some of this stuff myself here that I'm talking about, so I'm not judging it. It's just, I look at this and I'm like, dude, I want to be financially free. And if I make the wrong decisions, my finances are going to be just like theirs. Like if I show up to the buffet and eat every day like someone and I'm trying to lose weight and they're trying to, whatever, they're healthy, but they're clearly not, like I'm going to ultimately gain weight because of the decision I made. So our decision making has to get tighter, stronger, quicker as we evolve. If not, I saw so much complacency where I grew up. Like literally people are like fucking robots, just going through the motions. Wake up at 4, go to have your coffee, brush your teeth, take a piss, take a shower, jump in car, take kids to babysitter, 7 o'clock at work, check in at the mill or construction or whatever you do, and talk about the weather, complain about people, have a lunch break. Again, I'm not trying to make this sound stupid, but that's how it is where I grew up. It's still how it is. The same people doing the same shit, talking about the same shit every single day. And the only difference is everyone's getting older and some people still aren't around, right? Because they passed away. So a lot of kids I've went to school with, in our school that I've know like a decent amount at our age, we're very young in our 40s, right? Have passed. Why? Because they made a lot of bad decisions. See, when you make an indecision, you again, it's not, you can't learn from indecision. I can learn from a decision, right? I decided to make a move on this company. Damn, it failed. Note to self, don't do that again. Buy another company, start a new company, whatever. But you're constantly evolving and learning. With indecision, there's nothing to learn. Actually, it's the opposite. It will scare you, stress you out, and cause you to stutter step through life. You'll never be able to do anything exceptionally well if you never make a decision. I see people sitting around. It's funny. I have an event planner for the big event in Cleveland we're going to do for the birthday bash, and I pay a lot of money to these people. And they know, like, I pay people that I trust, right? I invest in people I trust, I should say. And they're an amazing company that I've worked with many times. They always make amazing decisions. Actually, they make better catering decisions than I do. They make better event location decisions than I do. So when Malika and her team ask me, Mark, what do you want to do? I simply say, I trust you. Make the decision that makes the most sense for what we're looking to accomplish as a unit. And then they make a decision. See, the old me would say, well, let me look at the menu. Let me try. And then I turn back into the old school hillbilly boy that I am. And I try to cut costs. I try to minimize servers. I try to get fucking, cheeseburgers instead of, whatever they're trying to get for 12 cents difference. And it ruins the experience. 2, it creates massive anxiety for me and others. And 3, why the hell am I making a decision on catering when that's not what I do every day? Again, if you're hiring people, hire them to make you better. Hire them to help you make decisions. There's a thing called decision fatigue, and it's real. Why do you think Zuck and all these people wear the same outfits every day? If you ever see me in videos, oftentimes I'm wearing white shorts and a black shirt or black shorts and a white shirt. Why? Well, it's just what I grab. It's real simple. It's easy, and I don't have to think about it. But decision fatigue is a real thing. And if you add indecision inside of that, you actually will fatigue out a lot quicker. It's like literally running 5 miles to get on the treadmill at the gym. You're going to be a little bit more fatigued than if you took the car to the gym and just jumped on the treadmill fresh. So I don't want you to be fatiguing out by 9 a.m. because you have 72 indecisions. Man, should I make this investment or not? Man, what should I do here or there? Man, I don't know if I should join that 1K mastermind group or not. Man, I don't know if I should do I'll think about it. Quit fucking thinking about it. That's the decision. Quit thinking about it and start executing. Every single high player that I know that's crushing life is a very fast decision maker. And there's nothing wrong with saying no, by the way. No is actually a superpower on certain things. Don't just be a no person to say no and move and act like you're moving on because you said no. You don't have to be a dick about it either. Like, hey, Mark. But by the way, like lots of people have asked me to speak at events. Many, many, many people, hundreds, if not thousands probably by now, have asked me, requested me to fly out, speak at their events, pay us, whatever. And I'm like, sorry, man, I appreciate it. I just don't do that. Thank you, though. No. Hey, I'll give you 50,000. No, sorry, I'm just not interested. All right, cool, man. 100,000. Nope, not interested. Because it's not about the money to me. It's more about where I'm at in my life. See, the thing is, I'm not chasing the money. I've made a decision a long time ago. I don't chase money. Money always outruns everybody. Everyone I see chasing money never has money. They're too busy chasing it. They don't have a life. They don't have family. They don't have friends. They don't have any connection. They're too busy chasing, right? So I made a decision a long time ago. Stop chasing money. Guess what? I make more money. I made a decision a long time ago when I had kids, 6.5 years ago, my first son. I said, you know what? I will not travel unless the family's with me, or if it's an one night thing. That's simple. And I usually go with buddies and guys that I'm doing business with of some sort. And we turn it into a business trip and make money together, and we have fun and we get the job done and we move on. But what's interesting is I only do that for a handful of guys. I only do it for people that I want to be connected with at a deeper level, right? And it's got to be close. I'm not jumping on a plane and all that shit. It's got to be simple. So these are decisions I've made. These are decisions you make. What decisions have you made in your business and in your life to help you drive revenue, drive your lifestyle? As you know, I've made a decision. I talk about this all the time. I made a decision a long time ago in business. My business needs to serve me, not me serve it. Not to say I won't work, not to say I'm lazy, not to say I'm trying to not do anything, but like once you turn the wheels and make a decision that the business has to serve me instead of me be a slave to it. If you're a slave to your business, you don't have a business. You have a high-paying job, if you're even fucking paying yourself. And you work for a psycho, i.e. yourself. So what I want you to understand is that you have to start setting these rules, i.e. decisions. These are things I'm sharing with you that I've made a lot of bad decisions to get to where I'm at. And I'm going to make a lot more today, a lot more tomorrow, but I'm not going to stop. I'm going to learn from them. I'm going to edit. I'm going to adjust. On my next decision, I hope it gets a little bit tighter. Hope it's a little bit stronger. Hope it makes sense. If it doesn't, I'm going to learn from it. But I'm always pushing forward. I'm always making the next move. I'm always creating the decision to say yes or no. Not maybe so. It's either yes or no. And I want you to know, in all seriousness, a decision is a very important thing. Indecision will crush your soul. It reminds me of a time back when I was I was young, probably 18 to 20. I made a decision in life. I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks about me. I want to be known as a nice guy. I want to just be a great guy. But being a great guy doesn't mean you're always the nicest guy, because it's all relative. I'm very direct. I'm very sincere. I care. I'm not worried about, I'm very emotionally connected. So I'm not out trying to recklessly hurt people just to be a dick. But I made a long time ago, I'm not here to impress anybody but myself. Myself. I lived so many years prior to trying to impress everyone else, and I was always unhappy. I was always playing from fear. I was always playing defense, not offense. I was always afraid if I made the move left, Steve and Johnny wanted me to go right, and I'm going to disappoint them. Therefore, I'll just stay down the middle of the road. I was kind of like the chameleon, if you will, right? And it never served me. I never felt fulfilled. I always felt like I was missing out. I never felt 100%. When I just woke up one day and I started talking to myself through my thought audits, I realized my decision that moving forward is fuck them. I'm going to do me. So much so I wrote a book about it called Me Economy, right? 20 years later, but I wrote it because it is about me, just like your life is about you. Yes, I want to make my mom and dad proud, but me making them proud could look way different than what making your parents look proud. I'm not trying to make my parents proud based off of what they've instilled in me by saying, Mark, if you went to college, you'd make me so proud. Fuck you, mom and dad. I'm never going to college, never have, never will, never thought about it. But you know what? I'm going to make you proud through a different way. Through entrepreneurship, through helping through charities, by connecting with people, by building businesses, by hiring amazing people, by having them live their dreams through our dreams. That's how I'm going to make people proud. It's not the quickest path. It's not the easiest path. It's oftentimes not the most appealing path, but it's the path I chose when I made the decision to be an entrepreneur. I don't need people to come up to me and say, Mark, good job. I don't need people to say, Mark, I'm proud of you. You know why? Because I'm proud of my fucking self already. I wake up every day and I give it my all. Not every day is amazing. Oftentimes days suck, but I wake up and I keep my feet moving. But I made a decision to never quit. I made a decision to my children that I will show them and lead by example. I'll be tough. I'll be funny. I'll be happy. We'll be always hungry, even if it doesn't feel good today. Why? Because I made a decision to accomplish my dreams. I made a decision a long time ago. Nothing will stand in the way of my dreams. Hard work, check. Struggle, check. Effort. I'm in the game of life to win. And I want to see my kids win. I want to see my wife win. I want to see you win. I want to see everyone win. It doesn't take away from me if you win. But what's cool about this is our kids are watching us. If you have grandkids listening here, your grandkids are watching. If you have neighbors with kids and you have no kids, they're watching you. They're watching what you say, how you say it, more importantly, what you do. Lots of people talk. Lots of people act like they're big dogs, but all they are is chihuahuas hanging out at the rabbit park, you know? And as I sit here and talk to you, I want to be very crystal clear. My son Mark's watching me. He's sitting in the room with a jungle gym, bouncing around. And I'm super proud of him accomplishing his goal today of getting his green belt and yellow belt. Mark, did you have fun today at the thing? Taekwondo?
Yes.
How many boards did you break today?
About 2.
You broke it 2 times, but I thought it was 3 boards or 4 boards because one had 2, no?
I don't know.
Do you like working hard or easy?
Easy.
He likes to work easy, see? He's got a long way to go. I like to work hard. Why? Because hard work pays off. Not always. But no, he wants to work smart. He wants to work with his brains, not just his back. So I respect that. But I want you to know, I work to accomplish my dreams. A lot of people set goals and they never accomplish anything close to it. Goals are cool, but dreams are real. And when you set up a dream and you get on track and you know it's available to you, to anybody, it creates a different type of energy, creates a different type of decision-making process. And that's what we're here today. You made a decision to be here today. You made a decision to listen to this podcast today. You got to start asking yourself, I don't believe in coincidences. I don't believe in accidental things. Things happen because they're coming to your life for you, not to you. It's happening for you, not to you. You're not a victim. Once you make a decision to realize it's not about being a victim, it's about being a victor in life, things start getting a little bit smart. You get a little bit lighter, make a little bit faster moves. And like I said, when you start digging in and making decisions about your life of what you stand for, by the way, I'm talking about for where you're going, not necessarily where you're at today. I want you to cast your vision of where you're going to be at 5 years, 10 years, 20 years from now. Who do you need to become today to make that a reality? Who do you need to become today to make your 10, 20, 30-year dream of you become a reality. Because I can promise you this, if you're listening to my voice right now, you're moving to a new direction. You're growing at paces most people around you probably can't even fathom. I know it doesn't feel like it's fast. I know it doesn't feel like it's working. I know it doesn't happen quick enough and all that stuff. But one thing I do know is it will happen. And when it happens, you'll realize how much more you're capable of, and you'll be back. It's just a checkpoint in the journey. So your dreams and goals today are just going to be a checkpoint of where you're going. And it feels amazing to know that when you get there, you're just getting started. You're starting to realize how powerful you are. Why? I'm telling you right now, the most powerful people I know make decisions so rapidly. And it's not just decisions. I'm talking start focusing on big decisions. Focus on life-changing decisions. Making that investment that scares the shit out of you because it could change your life. Don't get stupid. Get smart about your decision-making process. A lot of people will keep making the same decisions to be in the same situation. Learn from your past, edit, adjust, and grow. Decide to be a better human being. Decide to make things happen. Decide for you to be the person that you were meant to be. Because the truth is, my friend, if you don't change it, no one else will. No one else can. That's why I want you to start getting the dream bigger. Start focusing on the bigger things, the bigger decisions. Your decisions today will show up in the future. If you don't like with what you're at, where you're at today, it's not because you're not doing the work. It's because you're doing the wrong work potentially. Keep your feet focused. Keep your brain focused. Keep your feet moving, and keep your decisions growing and evolving. Stop not deciding. Indecision will kill you. It will crush you. There's so much opportunity, so much money, so much fun, so much life that I want you to enjoy the process, get serious about this, and most importantly, make that decision. Hope you have an amazing day. I'm going to make a decision right now to cut this off and go hang out with my kiddos and throw them in the pool. Hope you have an amazing day and make today count.
I'm more Kevin's DM. I'm here to help and teach him what I know and how I did it to discover freedom. There ain't no question more Kevin's when he step in the door. He's closing deals. It's time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker, but I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker. The journey's where it's at. It's all about the process. It's time to get over to the DM project. From a small town in Ohio, so I know how it is. And I come from a lot of money. I remember as a kid, wanted to make 100 racks. Didn't see no one making more than that. Graduated high school with a 1.8. They should've held me back. I hope my principals and teachers are alive just to witness this. I'm my own boss. I'm out here running 2-8-figure businesses. I can walk away from it all and I'll be good, but I've been called to help people just like y'all learn the game. It's time to ball. Everybody chasing the money, but I'm not chasing the money. I'm out here chasing the purpose. Yo, I've been working my whole life. What got us where we at isn't gonna get us where we wanna go. So it's time to push, time to learn, time to grow. I'm more Kevin's DM. I'm here to help and teach him what I know and how I did it to discover freedom. There ain't no question more Kevin's when he step in the door. He's closing deals. It's time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker, but I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker. The journey's where it's at. It's all about the process. It's time to get over to the DM project. I'm more Kevin's DM. Deal maker, deal maker, deal maker, deal maker, DM project.
This is thepodcastfactory.com.